So we're loading up a blue 10v10 on loop, and what we did was the stack on red stayed, so I switched over to blue, and I did have some audio troubles on this one, so I'm recording the audio afterward. And there's a few things that I'm going to get a chance to show you in this one that I did not get a chance to show you in the last one. Um, the first one is that, yeah, there are other opportunities here on this map. The flank in particular, it's the the area of the map that I'm showing you, this tactical high ground in between India and Hotel, is not the only important place, but those are the two contested zones. And if you had to say what is the most tactically important location, geography on the map, it would be this hill. So, yeah, we are in blue, and on this armored deck, I have to check the armory later, but I don't believe I have infantry recon. I'm probably mistaken. I'd be really surprised if I didn't have an infantry recon. But the Bradleys are going to work out really well, especially in this location. The the fact that I believe there's some stealth factor involved, because even when a Bradley is in the woods firing at a tank, it cannot be seen. But we'll see that the red forces don't really have a lot of recon as we go in. So right now, what I'm doing though is this is a big change from war game traditional, is you can actually give orders to units before the battle launches. And on top of that, you can actually shift click orders. So you can do compounding orders before the game even launches. And this should really help a lot of people if they have issues in the beginning, sort of micromanaging moving units and selecting units leaves a little bit to be desired in this version. As you can see, I don't aggregate my icons. Um, I wish there weren't icons at all. I wish there was just the name of the unit. It was larger and I could click on the name, but so far you can't click on the name and select the unit. You have to select that box and or the unit. So anyway, we've given compound move fast units before the battle even started. Again, it's very cool. Um, until now, you couldn't be able to do this in any war game. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting F, telling them to go somewhere, then Shift F, then letting go, and then clicking Shift F, then letting go, and then clicking Shift F. And F is the command for move fast. So it's pretty interesting. We'll see that I think it leaves a little bit to be desired, though. We'll see in the town. So you can see those straight lines do update to the move fast. They follow the road, and they will update again once they reach the first waypoint. So even though the second, third, and fourth blue line is straight right now, it will update to the road. I don't know why there's that second blue line. I'm thinking some of my units are it can only move fast, can only handle so much. I don't know. It's somebody in the back, something in the back end. But what's going on right now is I don't really like it. And it's really slowing me down big time. And I'll zoom in on this. The pathfinding and on the shared roads is really wonky right now. I've got this. I don't know what's going on at all with that ITV unit. I don't know. I have tanks turned sideways going into yards. I think they're all trying to find the right side of the road, but and I don't know how much of this is caused by my shift click move fast. If that's an issue, really I have no idea. But this I'll experiment more in later games. I mean, the pivad's out in front. That's where my entire column should be. So anyway, what I did is I regrouped them with just one move fast. It seemed to fix the problem, but I don't want them to go all the way up into the town. So I'll have them move fast to here, and then I'll take this hill. And again, um, it's it's my opinion, but I've also played 8 battles taking this hill, and each time it's been a favorable outcome. So again, I will go and I will take this hill, which the units in the town cannot fire onto this hill. Oh no, what happened? The units in the town cannot fire onto this hill. Um, Only if I go to the edge of the hill or near the edge of the hill where there's line of sight, then they can fire on it. Um, that's just so I can stage units next to logistics supply in the middle of the hill, and essentially they're impervious to attack other than anything that comes on the hill, or of course bombers. And we'll see there's going to be plenty of bombers. So, so you saw that first Pivads was destroyed, but had my column all got there at the same time, I don't think the Pivads would have been targeted. So we'll bring a command in. Right now, red is plus 10. So that's pretty scary. They've already got 800 to 0 on the scoreboard. So I'd rather spend some of my money on units, but obviously it's a team game. We want to win the team. We want to win the game. So I will be calling in um, command vehicles as well. So the enemy looks like they wanted to just put some AA on the hill. We saw a Barusa and now an Osa. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough against my Bradleys, Abrams, ITVs. So I'm going to start placing out into that arrowhead. It's really nice. I could have Hemets and AA in the middle, and my Hemets can supply units that are firing in vastly different directions and covering vastly different spreads of territory. My AA is lagging a little bit here, so we'll get them up there. But already, look at that on the right, the BMP command just got knocked out, and that zone no longer has a command. Red is only plus 3, and now already I will hopefully start engaging some units onto the bridge. I got the attention of the helicopters, and they're probably just gonna they're just being destroyed. Now I've caught the attention of bombers, and we'll see these bombers are gonna plague me the entire match. My ITV, a Bradley Recon, my Abrams just got damaged down to 3 bars, and now all of my AA is wiped out. So I've got to call AA Solutions in here ASAP. See if this right now, see, look, this T80BV does not see my Bradley. It still does not see my Bradley, or else it would stop and fire at it. Just slowed it down greatly, and it's already firing again by the time it sees me, and the T80 is destroyed in 2 shots. The Cub is also not going to be an issue and will not make it across that bridge. I'm repairing my Abrams with the Hemet, and the Cub's already backed off. So the enemy already knows that bridge is contested. I'm going to get our other Abrams hopefully firing into the zone on the left there. Start spreading out the units, and really at this point I need to be sort of defensive, not aggressive until my AA gets here. Because at this point, if the enemy sends a few helicopters or 3 cluster bombers, I'm wiped off this hill completely. And if they just brought one single tank or infantry onto this hill, uh, all I have coming right now is my AA, so I couldn't take the hill back. they can reinforce it with about 5 more units, and the hill is now theirs. Um, but so far in 8 gameplays, I've yet to see anybody contest this hill other than me, and hopefully all of my viewers and friends will now see the importance of this hill, and you'll be able to go and dominate in battles. It's not too long of a reinforce. See the Bradley opening up there. Now I've got my units opening up on both bridgeheads. Just stop the T-64 in its tracks. 2 shots done, and the first shot's always going to be a side shot, which is going to knock them down to 2 bars, if not wipe them out. So here's the issue right now with this Mi-24 AT, and I get super lucky here because he really backs off. All he has to do right now is just stay in the fight, but just seeing my Bradley scares him off. And my Bradley's not even opening up on him for some reason. I don't even know what it is, if it's a line of sight issue or what. But now he opens up. So he came in again though. He didn't have recon. Here's another Mi-24 over on the left. I still don't have AA. Now I need to retreat my units because I don't want them to get wiped out. Here comes a bomber. I mean, they're doing the right thing. They really are by bringing in air units. And look at that. The Bradley and the Abrams are just gone. I'm getting a little nervous at this point. I really only have one Bradley and one Abrams, but that's what I do. I just called in a tank. I guess I do have 2 Bradleys. Oh, I got 1 Bradley. Now my AA's here, but now I don't have a lot of ground units to attack with. So it's really it's just a reinforcement game at this point. I've got money, bringing in more Bradleys. So I've got AA. I've got another Hemet. So we're kind of on track here. It's a pendulum between having all the AA I need but not having attack units, and then or having attack units but all my AA is wiped out. So that one Piv adds cannot take out a VP. Chaparrals open up. Boom. Okay. So I need to spread out my AA so I don't lose it all in another attack. Bradley's opening up on the right bridge. Perfect. It's opening up against a few tanks there. But my tank's firing on the left, so I want to keep it there. I mean, look at that. That Abrams just stopped an entire BMP column that probably would have very well reinforced that town to a degree to heavily contest it. Some Sappery's coming up, but I question that because that Sappery RPO fires a napalm flash. I don't have any infantry up here. And then the bane of my existence for the rest of this match is just going to be unqualified AA. NATO right now really has an AA issue. They have Chaparrals and Pivads, but they don't have IHawks, they don't have Patriots, they don't have any long-range AA in the game. It's just, tough. So the rest of the match, I'm just calling in. I should, after this match, I should put in some OH-58 Sierras. It's just a troop transport. Abrams is just still doing work on the left, and I've got that Hemet part next to it, so I'm constantly repairing, constantly resupplying. This Kiowa Warrior was a good purchase with Hellfires and recon capability. Just took out the T-80B. If that T-80B would have come up the hill at any point in the last few minutes, really would have knocked out 4 Chaparrals, Pivads, you name it. Here comes another attack helicopter, and we just destroyed another command vehicle in the zone. Here comes in a bomber. And I just can't I I don't know if I destroy a single airplane in this entire match, but resupply the Kiowa Warrior. Really still nervous at this point. I mean, red is now +3. They're 1,485 points to 172. There's 2,500 wins it. And again, I have to bring in more AA. I'm going to put this command in the zone. I realize what the scoreboard's doing to us. But right now, I really am a thorn on the side. Not quite contesting the bridgehead on the right. Um, my Abrams is routed on the left, so I'm not really being effective right now, and I have to spend most of my money on AA. Okay, now finally, blue is actually +4 at this point, +7. It's really making some good points. I'm pretty happy. I have two heavies up here. I have two Bradleys. Just need to repair them and get the Bradleys and the Abrams working in tandem with each other. Um, Red just got a convoy across the bridge on the right. Not too happy about that, but is what it is. So the other Abrams is going to open up here now, so it's getting direction fire from two different directions. Not too worried about it. I was moving my chaparral out of the way, but that Grenser's done. However, he just lit up my entire position for the next bombing run to probably come. But now I got my Bradley opening up on the right bridge, and I'm pretty happy at this point. Pretty good positions. Reinforcements are constantly on the way. Just a zoom in of the Abram. That guy is selling his BTRs. We went over that in the last match. He's selling those for points. In fact, he decided to bring a couple of them in to kind of probe my positions, but that'll prove fruitless. Next batch of AA is coming up. And the key in Conquest and is just to keep spending your money. You should never look up and have 1,000 points unless you're total landslide and you have everything you need on the field. But with Conquest, two bombers come in and my army's wiped out again. That's how Conquest is. So we'll see what happens there. Bradley's gone. Again, the Abrams is hurting. So I really need three tanks up here so that I could always have one repairing. Chaparral out of ammo. Line of sight issue on the second Chaparral. So at this point, I'm going to try and get AA out in front of this hill down by the river so I can try and get some early shots. And I really got the enemy's attention now. Four bombers coming in. Just not happy at this point. And at this point, you might say, well, gee whiz, like, you know, just give up the position because you're just you're in there taking it on the shoulder. And again, we're in a situation now where I have plenty of AA, but the attacking units I have are repairing. I should move that Bradley on the left to a little bit more forward. Okay, he's opening it up now. Good. On the right, they're flying in a command helicopter. So yeah, I try to get the pivads into forward positions here. That proves to be an issue. with those BMPs. I think I lose one or both of these pivots. But what is a fact is that the the units were holding up and not crossing the bridge. And what you'll see a big difference in Wargame 2, if you destroy a transport vehicle, I want to say so far I've not seen any infantry survive the explosion. So we just took out a T-80U command, two infantry units, another APC, another infantry unit, and it's stopping to shoot, but it's leaving its infantry inside that BMP. So it's the BMP is being destroyed and the infantry inside. And those Motostrelkis are so stunned right now. I'm not too worried about. I mean, I will check the damage level on my Abrams throughout here, but really, if a front shot to the front of an Abrams is look, it's taking off one bar. So I can take off. I can if there's 12 direct hits in a row, and look, they just missed two shots. If there's 12 hits in a row, they're firing about one every 10 seconds. So there's 2 minutes of fighting that can go on before I really, 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 really need to be concerned about that Abrams. But it still just has one bar. Now I'm moving it forward to avoid that cluster, just because the tank's going to move faster forward than it would in reverse. It didn't matter anyway, as you can see. Um, but I've decided at this point to find new fighting ground, because they're just going to keep bombing that hill. My AA is never going to be able to stop them, so I might as well go to locations that they don't know I'm at yet. Just another AA down. No plane got damaged at all. So my thinking here is now that we have blue on the right and left, if I just spread out my units more, obviously I'm going to keep getting bombed. But the bomber, instead of wiping out 3 units in one run, hopefully they'll only wipe out one at most. Try and reverse away from this cluster. I don't know if I'm successful. Okay, it didn't take me out. It took off 4 bars of health. Again, bringing in all my AA. It's never going to be enough. We're +6 at this point. We've taken the lead. It's 1924 to 1496. So, sort of, I'm saying mission accomplished. And at this point, I really don't feel like I'm doing all that well. I mean, this right bridge, I get a lot of points, and I'm going to get a lot more points here. But I'm really surprised at my kill count at the end of this match. And I really feel like I have a lot more losses than what I actually do. But the real spectacular thing here is just denying this bridge to the degree that it was denied the whole match. And at this point, I'm going to zoom in and feel like actually that the bridge is actually blocked at this point. I think that's a little graphical glitch. It still shows the men in the Ural. I didn't test it and try and cross to see if indeed the bridge was blocked. But now they're retreating on foot, and it's +8. It's obviously it's time to look around the map, see where we're at. There's no major red pushes anywhere, in fact. So just gonna spend a little bit of money here. There's only a few seconds left in the match. Just have some fun, and this is the first time we got to call out planes this whole match. So what's interesting here is that we took that hill 2 matches in a row, one from red, one from blue. The red stack stayed. We switched to blue. And if you look at this kill count, I was really surprised there. 6,238 kills. A lot of those were the heavy tanks coming on the right side, but really no planes. I did not scroll down to see how many planes I actually took out. I wish I would have scrolled down here. I did not. And that's the video. Thanks for tuning in. And I'll do some 4v4s, some 2v2s, and as more divisions and nations roll out, I'll make more videos. And it's good to be back. It's If you're still on the fence about purchasing Warno, I will say that right now some of the gameplay dynamics are unique because it's an alpha, and some things that are happening will never be available again. For instance, there's no time limit on any of these videos or on any of these matches, and you'd be really hard pressed to find a match on Wargame that was no time limit, and I never saw that setting available in any 10v10s. But right now, none of the battles have any time limit. So obviously, if you've bought European Escalation, Airland Battle, and Red Dragon, and you know you're going to buy Warno, you don't have to buy it now. If you buy it now, you'll help support the development of the game, and you'll also have this sort of hidden bonus of sort of playing a game style that won't be around again. Um, if you've never played a wargame series, I would say hold off. Um, you want to play sort of a polished, finished version of Warno, and not this alpha version yet. So, thank you.